Welcome back to Spirit of Excellence Discipleship. I am Damien, and I am sitting here with my wife, Yalisa.
Hello, everyone.
And we just want to welcome you to our new campaign. Throughout the month of March, we're going to focus on being a doer. We're going to read and we're going to study and we're going to have an open discussion on Matthew chapters 5 through 7. At the end of chapter 7, Jesus says that we would be wise to hear and do the things that he spoke of throughout these chapters, I guess, which is called the Sermon on the Mount. So throughout the month, we are just going to get in these words. We're going to see what Jesus says, and we're going to see if we're doing them. See if we're doing them, see how to do them, and really encourage one another to do them. And being a doer is a great thing. So starting this week, starting Tuesday, March 8th, we're going to do our introduction into it, where we're just going to focus on that definition of doer that you see behind me. And we're going to look at that. I believe that the Lord sort of gave me a word in relation to that definition. So we're going to start this off with just that introduction word, but then we're going to start reading. We're going to read throughout the weeks, and then every Tuesday night we're going to gather to have a Bible study and an open discussion on what we've read, that chapter that we read throughout the week. So it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to build on the Word of God, build on the Word of Jesus himself, and see how we can better live our lives in a way that's pleasing to him, in a way that's going to bless others. Because if you know these chapters and you know the Sermon on the Mount itself, you will see a lot of things where it's being a blessing to others. You know, how he's commanded us to act. So we just want to invite you out, be a part of it, read with us, study with us, have an open discussion with us, and join us on Zoom. So what do you think?
I mean, I think it's great in terms of gaining wisdom, gaining insight, gaining tools for our lives, but then application is important. So I think, you know, the title doer, you know, it's like you can have a lot of head knowledge, but you cannot be operating in those things that you've learned and gained. So I think it's just a great opportunity to learn how to put things into action. What am I supposed to be doing? You know, to go along with what I've learned, because as I said, you know, it can be up here but not be relevant in our lives. And it's like, well, we're not applying anything. I have the tools, I have the weapons, but I'm not really using them. So you know, Jesus laid it all out for us. And I think it's great to just dig in and really, you know, get it into our hearts, get it into our minds, but then also learn how to apply it to our lives.
There it is. That's what we're all about. Application, life application. And it's funny because I was listening to the radio the other day last week, and someone was talking about, he was saying that he feels like the Christian character development piece is missing in the church. That's what he said. And as I was driving, I felt like the Lord was saying, that's what you're doing. You know, throughout these campaigns is to help develop that Christian character development piece. I was like, what's the word? Develop that Christian character development piece. And it's all here in the scriptures. We just have to see it as such. Like you said, it could be head knowledge, it could even be heart knowledge. But if it's not action, if there's no action, then it's really not doing much for you. And Jesus says, I'm going to read it here, Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. He says, everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. 25, and the rain fell and the floods came and the winds blew and beat on that house, but it didn't fall because it had been founded on a rock. So, you know, we're building something. We're building our Christian character. We are, and it's a constant building, but we're building. And we're gonna really build it by doing, by becoming doers, or maintaining our doership in this life. You know, we don't want to stop doing. It's funny because even, in the book of James says, you want to be a doer of the word. So we want to apply that doership to our lives. We want to be doers. Jesus wants us to be doers. So we're going to spend a month looking at Matthew chapter 5 through 7. Break down each chapter each week, as I said, in the Bible study. But then we're just going to have an open discussion, because what I get out of the chapter may not be what you get out of the chapter, or may not be what you get out of the chapter. So I'm going to lead the Bible study, but there's a time for open discussion where you can share your thoughts, your takeaways from the chapter, so that everybody that listens and joins in on a call can learn, can grow, can build. So again, we're in March, and we are going to be about being doers. So if that's something that you're interested in, if that's something that you believe that the Lord is calling you to do even more, it could be just, the Lord is calling me to focus in on the words of Jesus. That's you. So come and join us. If you can't join us on Zoom, we will record it and put it out on YouTube. If you can't do that, we send out weekly takeaways through our blog, emails. So, sign up on our email list so you can get those, so you can have them with you. As my wife said, these are tools. The Word of God is a tool. He's given us instructions and directions and how-tos. We just have to use them. So, again, come through, join us. If you can't do that, read, study, meditate, and see yourself. See how the Lord is calling you to be a doer. How the Lord might be calling you to increase your doerness, our doership. But it's all about being a doer. And that's how we're going to spend this month. And like you said, again, just the wisdom. I was thinking about that. Just, we started the year off with Proverbs, getting wisdom. Then we went into February, again, seeing how the heart, and how Proverbs talks a lot about the heart. But once again, here we see Jesus saying it'll be wise. So Jesus has given us wisdom. So we're going to look at this wisdom that he's given us, apply it, see how it applies to our lives individually, and we're going to move forward as doers. So, you have any last thoughts?
No, I'm just excited about reading and studying, and also I love hearing other people's thoughts and experiences.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that.
That's one of the great things about the call, when everybody opens up and shares their experiences, their thoughts, and their takeaways, because it's always edifying. Mm-hmm. It's always life-giving. So we invite you to be a part of that every Tuesday from here on out. I think that's the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom. All you have to do is click the link, and you'll join our meeting. So we will see you then. Have a blessed week. God bless.